And we're back for more Pikmin 2. I'm Zach.
Edward.
And, we've done this for a while. I really don't think there's much need for any pomp and circumstance, so we're just going to jump in. Folks, as this is your first time tuning in, why? And also, please don't.
Pikmin 2 is their entrance into this podcast. I'm not sure what they're going to know. Oof. If this is your introduction to this place, you should start at the first one.
Truly. Either start at the first one or wait until we get to Pikmin 4. In, what? 3 months or however long?
Or just watch the movie Black Hawk Down. It's basically the same thing. We're here rescuing a fallen soldier behind enemy lines.
Yeah, no, that's pretty apt. Although I would say we've taken a little bit of liberty with the story there.
You're right. This is a better plot. I didn't like the movie Black Hawk Down. It wasn't my favorite.
I watched it once when it came out back in 2004 or whenever.
Really? Yeah. Again, not my favorite, but it wasn't the worst movie out there. Especially 2004. I want to see how close you were with that prediction of the year. I think you might be on. I'm not sure.
Well, it's definitely post 9/11. It's unquestionably.
Oh, yeah. You were. Do you want to? Okay. Are you
03.
5 over or 5 below?
I'm gonna say 03.
It's 01.
01. Ah, damn, that is.
Yeah. On the year.
Was it before 9/11? Or before or after?
No, I'm so sorry. 02. IMDb says 01, but its official release date was January 18, 2002.
You know what? It might have gotten delayed because of 9/11.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Anyway, we're gonna play some Pikmin. The first Pikmin came out in 2001. That's pretty fun. This game came out in 2004, 3 years later. That's interesting, right?
Wow. They stole the plot from a game in Japan.
I would argue that the development of Pikmin 1 was a little bit longer than Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, and also Black Hawk Down was based off of a book. That
I did not know that.
I believe it was. Is it inspired or is it actually? It's based on the best-selling book detailing a near disastrous mission in Somalia in '93. Oh, interesting. Also directed by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott.
God, oh my god, freaking.
You know he's making a Napoleon movie.
Who is?
He made Ridley Scott.
Huh.
Sir Ridley Scott. He's actually knighted, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. I believe it's featuring Joaquin Phoenix. I think. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon Bonaparte. Interesting. And it has actually one of my favorite British actors, Youssef Kapoor. He has a lot of interesting projects he's been a part of, but one of the main ones it was a part of was Home, which was kind of detailing his experience in a British community as an Syrian-born individual, kind of an immigrant-born, and all the prejudices that are still alive and well in Britain.
So like a refugee?
Yeah, but more of he's been here for about been there for around 5 or 6 years, established himself, but still having those stigmas against him. But it was a really good show. I think it's only went on for a year though. I like British comedies. Hmm. But yeah, what's your favorite Ridley Scott movie?
Favorite Ridley Scott?
I can
Uh,
also refresh your memory if you want to know some list of them.
sure, since I'm mite distracted.
Of course. Of course, Alien,
Hmm.
Prometheus, Alien. Basically, the aliens, obviously.
I know
uh,
he did the first two and Prometheus. I don't know if he did three.
I don't think so. It was a different director, and also it was I think it was set in New York with Danny Glover.
Oh, but he's too old for that shit.
At the time, he was as well. Yeah. Uh, he did Blade Runner, of course. Gladiator. There's supposed to be a Gladiator 2. Are you kidding? No. Really? Huh. Yeah, evidently there's going to be a Gladiator 2 in 2024. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know how you're supposed to sequel that. Gladiator was phenomenal. One of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite period pieces of all time. Anyway.
I mean, period piece, sure. Historical accuracy,
Mm,
like none.
true, there's a lot of Hollywood liberties. I would just say Gladiator is one of my favorite films. Um,
It is very good. Yes, I will give it.
would you call it
But
drama, action? It is
I mean,
action, but
it's action.
yeah, yeah, I'd call that action. Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Anyway, so that The Last Duel came out in 2021. I think it didn't do too well. Um, Kingdom of Heaven from '05. House of Gucci 2021.
Oh, I didn't
Wait,
know
was
that
he
was him.
director?
He,
Wait, hold up.
he might have been a producer in that because I don't think he directed that.
Let me go to a list of him just directing because I'm looking at it on Google and I just look at his whole list of movies. So let me make sure my search is accurate. Director Ridley Scott. I don't care what producing. He's only directed here. He's only accredited on IMDb for 57 director parts. Let me see what they are. House of Gucci. Oh, I guess he was the director of House of Gucci. Interesting.
Huh. That is
Yeah.
definitely outside of his normal wheelhouse.
Although I think that is also kind of a period piece as well. Like that's I guess detailing something or other about the.
Yeah, Gucci, the famous fashion designer.
No, I
Like, I think it's during the 80s.
yeah.
When,
Again, The Last Duel. Raised by Wolves TV series. Never saw it. Uh, let's see. Alien Covenant. He directed The Martian. Great
yes.
film.
Oh, man, Martian is great.
Exodus, Gods and Kings. Um,
That
let's
was less
see.
great.
The Counselor. Never saw it. Prometheus. Robin Hood in 2010. The Kurt Russell Robin Hood.
Oh, Lord. Forgot that was one of
Oh,
his.
how could you have forgotten that? I made us watch that. We stayed up all night watching that for no good
Yeah.
reason. I had no reason to do that. Oh, it was funny. Body of Lies. What is Body of Lies? Shapiro and Crow. Oh, I'm sorry. No, no. Leonard DiCaprio and Russell Crowe, Mark Strong. That's, I guess, a crime. SWAT, some kind of SWAT, CIA crime thing. Eh,
A crime type show or movie.
yeah, I think because Kurt Russell seems to be a gray-haired CIA director or something, and analyst, and Leonardo DiCaprio seems to be somewhat of a drug kingpin or like a terrorist or some kind of ne'er do well.
Your guess is as
But
good as mine.
yeah, A CIA agent on the ground in Jordan hunts down a powerful terrorist leader while being caught between the unclear intentions of his American supervisors and Jordan intelligence. Interesting. Uh, didn't do crazy well. Got a 7 out of 10. Um, pretty good ratings, I guess. Anyway, that's called Body of Lies. The American Gangster. American Gangster, really good film with
That's
Denzel
Denzel.
Washington,
Yeah.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, one of his, I think one of his better performances. I think A Good Year, also with Kurt Russell. I'm sorry, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe. Kurt Russell. I love The Good Year. It's a romantic comedy. Man inherits a chateau and vineyard in Provence. Really
Provence.
cool. Really Provence. Um, G.I. Jane, Black Hawk Down, Matchstick Man, Hannibal, Gladiator, uh, Thelma and Louise, Legend. What's Legend? Oh, he did Legend. Tom Cruise, Tim Curry, early film in the '85.
Mm.
I didn't know he directed that. Wow.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Hmm. And then Alien and Blade Runner, of course. But yeah. Out of all those, which do you think is your favorite? Would you say?
Uh, it's split between the first two Aliens and The Martian.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. I think I'm split as well. Gladiator and The Martian. Yeah, those are just two really good films in my opinion. Hmm. So did you farm up some more purples?
Off screen, no. Uh,
Really?
there's a really good place to do it, but we haven't explored that cave yet. And so I'm not going to do it until I have to.
So as right now we're just grinding for more um berries, I guess you could call them.
We're tearing down some pathways. Basically, just doing a lot of prep work so we can get to some other places in this area.
Oh, what are those things up there? Those are bugs, right?
Yes.
Do they harm your Pikmin?
No, but they will eat the berries that we're trying to get.
Uh,
And so.
I saw one of your Pikmin carrying a live one away, just squirming.
So it is dead, but it squirms when you're trying to carry it back.
Death throes. I
It's
see.
it's the only creature in this game that does that. I do not know
Huh.
why.
Does it make it more difficult to carry it? Is it like,
No,
oh, oh.
it just squirms around for some reason.
Hmm.
Let you carry those guys back so I don't have to worry about walking you back home. And you. Okay. Not got quite enough time to get back there today, I don't think. At least not safely.
Let's see.
Some ragu.
Mm.
That's long since expired.
Eesh. Oh.
Tear it down. Come on.
I don't. Well, I guess I can ask. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm looking at a list, submitted, not submitted, but a list that I found online of the top 30 most evil Nintendo villains of all time ranked.
Most evil?
Most evil.
Hmm.
Let's see. Let me see. Like, what would hmm, how do I want to play this? Do we want to see if you can get the top five?
Let's see if I can clear the list. I don't know if I'm going to get
All
these
right.
in order, but I'm going to make at least some predictions that the following will be on the list. All right.
Okay.
So obviously Bowser, Ganondorf,
Wait,
Ridley.
let me. Can I rank them as you go? So
Uh,
like Bowser
all right.
is number 24.
Yeah, that tracks. Ganon's probably going to be definitely within the top 10. I would say.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Who else?
Ridley.
From Metroid. Number 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah, that tracks. All right, so those are the big. Those are like the big three. Let's see. God, there's so many Nintendo games out there. Is it limited by franchises at all? Like one per franchise, or just any Nintendo villain?
Any Nintendo villain, and there are multiple from franchises I've seen.
Okay. Uh, 30. Well, they're probably going to be double dipping. For sure, for Mario, I would say King Boo.
Oh no, oh, no.
Uh, let's go around somewhere between 15 and 13.
King Boo is not on this. Not on here.
Then it's a
Oh,
bad list.
I'm so sorry. No. I found it. No, there is. For some reason, while I did the Control F to look, it didn't bring up King Boo. Found it. King Boo is number 25.
25. Wow, one below Bowser? That's interesting.
Ooh.
What date was this list published? Because if it's before 2019, then
Doesn't give me a date. No, oh no, let me look at the bottom, I guess, see if it's bottom. No. There's no year or time frame in which it was published. Let me look at the author, see if I can figure out. Nope, I don't know. Let me look at my Google search, see if it gives me a date there. No.
well, while you're figuring that out, I just want to say that having played Pikmin 4 a whole awful lot in these recent weeks is really ruined my muscle memory for this game for the controls.
Really?
Yeah. Because I mean, the basics of it play the same, but there's like a lot
Mhm.
of things like the camera manipulation and all that stuff that's different because of, new controls and all that.
Definitely. Hmm.
Let's take 20.
Yeah, no, I have no date of which this was published.
All right. Well, so King Boo's 25, Bowser's 24. Mm,
I will tell you that it does include Nintendo Switch, but
okay.
there's one person on this list that you're probably not going to get because it's not exactly a Nintendo game. It's just a game that's on the Switch that I guess they include.
Oh, that's
I know. I will just give this one away. Uh, Among Us, The Imposter, number 23.
that.
I know. That's why I gave it. I was like, this doesn't feel. Yeah. So I kind of give that one out because I didn't think that was an actual true Nintendo like IP. Uh, Everything else on this list is a part of the major franchises, mostly major franchises of Nintendo. That one was the only one that was iffy for me.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep guessing then. K. Rule, 30. He bottoms
You're
the
seeing
list.
you're seeing King K. Rool as number 30.
Yes.
You're He's on this list, but you couldn't be further away from his position.
What is he number one?
He's number one.
The fuck?
The reasoning, I guess he writes a little paragraph for every one of these things. Uh, Bowser may be more famous, but it's hard to get more evil than King K. Rool. Just look at this guy. The
Oh.
leader of the Kremlings is horrifyingly mutated croc with one eye popping out of his skull and a lot of violence in his heart. He's so evil, Nintendo wastes no time dehumanizing the character. Bowser gets painted in a positive light from time to time, but K. Rool, not one bit. Plus, let's consider the fact that there's literally no reason for a band of carnivore crocodiles to steal a banana hoard other than starving out the Kongs. That's next level villainy. Eh,
All right. There's quite a bit of editorializing going on there.
yeah, he
I
takes
mean,
a lot of liberties about
K.
evil.
Rule is petty. All right. That much is true. The rest of it, it's you're taking a lot of liberties with.
His words, not mine. I did not.
I get that. I get that. You're not saying this. Uh, it's just
Yeah,
like
there.
any basic reading of any of the Donkey Kong Country games. Like that doesn't
Mhm.
track.
Yeah. Honestly, I would have chosen number two as number one. The person who's number two. But we'll get to them if you guess them. So you got K. Rool, but number one evidently. Next up is what's your next choice?
Uh, hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So
Most evil Nintendo villains of all time.
Fawful, who was a villain from the Mario and Luigi series. Fawful.
How do you spell that?
That's Fawful. My
Number
guess.
14. I'm sorry. Oh shit.
I was gonna guess 7. So
Okay, no worries. I'm gonna stop giving you the number. I'm gonna let you finish your statement. I apologize.
no. So I'm
Oof,
I'm,
again.
I'm guessing 7 because he's the thing is with Nintendo villains is a lot of them are tend to err on the jokey side. Like so because like there's not a lot of like legitimate threats within the Nintendo canon, right?
Bro.
Oh, what? Are you not? There you go. Sorry, Pikmin weren't behaving.
You're good. There is one person on this list, and I'm actually kind of surprised is here. So I'm like, I see the. I guess I see the reason. I haven't played the game, so I don't know why, but I guess it makes sense. Next guess.
Give me a second. I'm trying to focus here.
Oh,
Just trying to make sure these guys don't go after those Pikmin. Okay. Alright, they're clear. And then you. Ah. We're walking right into him. Alright. Okay, so Porky from the Mother series or the Earthbound series, depending on which side of that debate you fall on.
is it Porky?
Porky. Let's go with 10.
Not on this list.
Surprising.
Ooh, interesting.
Let's see. Who else exists?
Exists.
Okay, so we're doing Nintendo franchises. I'm not sure if they would count any of the games by Rare.
They do.
Okay, so Gruntilda.
Gruntilda.
Yes. Let's go with number. Let's put her at 18.
She's on this list, and she's number 2.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I guess in the sequel, like they really ramp it up for her.
They really do.
Okay. All right. Well, it's nice to see that Banjo is getting some respect from this
List maker.
This no name.
Nelson Chitty. A Venezuelan expat living in Argentina. The writer and translator passionate about history and foreign cultures. His ideal weekend is spent between leisurely playing Civ 5 and looking for the next anime to watch. So.
Sounds like a huge nerd.
Yeah. His avatar is looks very much like Krillin with glasses. Krillin is from DBZ, by the way.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Are you really? You watched DBZ? I would never have known that.
No, I've not watched Dragon Ball Z.
You know the acronym? He knows.
I've been on the internet for practically my whole life.
So I will say you've gotten the first 4 of the top 5. You've gotten King K, Rule, Gruntilda, Ridley, and Ganondorf. I'm not sure if you're gonna get the 5th one, but we'll see how this works out. What's your next guess?
That's a good question. What is my next guess? I'm running through the massive Rolodex of Nintendo franchises in my head. And the list is most evil, right?
Most evil.
Most evil.
Which is purely subjective on what you believe is the more evil, this or that, and so.
Yeah, it. I don't know. This is a tough list.
It is.
Let's see. Most. Wario.
Fortified delicacy. I'm sorry, you said who?
Wario.
Wario. Okay. I can see where you're going with this. I can see that. I can see the thought process. Let me double check. I believe the Wario is on this list.
But not number 5.
No, not number 5.
Well,
What do you think his number is?
let's put him at 27.
You're 5 above. He's at 22. Yeah.
Well, all right.
Oddly enough, two above Bowser, and one above the imposter from Among Us.
Yeah, I buy that because his whole character is the living embodiment of greed, and he'll do some really shitty things to people.
Much like Bowser and King Boo, Wario is not against leaving his usual shady business for some karting or sporting event. Don't let yourself be fooled. There is an inch of this man that isn't evil, kind of. Wario doesn't hold any ill will towards people, but he doesn't really want to make others suffer. He doesn't really want to make others suffer. He just wants money and power, and he's willing to let you suffer if that's what it takes.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So for shits and giggles, since we're playing Pikmin, I gotta throw my boy Louie under the bus.
Louis. Ooh. Let me double check. I don't know if he's on this list.
Probably not.
I don't believe any Pikmin. I don't think any Pikmin enemy is on this list. Let me double check. No.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, unfortunately, not any Pikmin enemy.
We've only just gotten into the real Pikmin renaissance.
It's true. Borblax is not on here.
Should be.
There is that snake bird, though. The snake bird. No, I'm joking.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's fucking caves.
Get him.
Killed.
What are those guys called?
Those are Wally Hops.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Wally Hops, formerly Wallywogs.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. And they just fucking fell right out of the sky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oof. Wasn't one of your things you take one of the Pikmin, you put them in your hands, and you run through the whole thing to get all the people that fall down?
Yes.
All the fallen rocks?
Yes. And there was a falling rock that had already triggered in this spot, but then there was also that fucking Wallywog that was waiting in this alcove. So I thought it was clear. Ooh. Well, that was close.
So over here, unfortunately, there's a place over here that's going out of business called the Dallas Center of Photography. It's one of the only nonprofits in the state of Texas dedicated to photography.
Mm.
Unfortunately, they're going out of business, and they were big about uh, developing film, using film photography, which is kind of a side hobby of mine. I haven't I haven't been able to do it in a couple of years, but I do enjoy the process. So I'm gonna try to go to their end of the year sale this coming up weekend to potentially get some materials or uh, things you wouldn't find cheaply just anywheres. So hopefully gonna try and find a working projector
Mm.
and maybe a few dark lab items as well. That's gonna be my weekend.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't have a dark lab set up in my house just yet. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Mainly because it's critical for film development. So,
I
but
mean, says you.
no. Says the photographic paper that's very sensitive to light. Oh, I get to use a 4x5 camera. Oh, that's true for next semester. Well, that's gonna be cool. A 4x5 camera is kind of just a larger format than a regular medium sensor, kind of just medium format. No, not even medium format, just a regular kind of commercial film camera that has the wind up and all that.
Mm.
4x5 is very much like the cape and the cape and button. You would see old school photographers get underneath the cape and hold, press a button, and it would click once, and they take out a sliding little thing and flip it backwards and put it back in. Sometimes there would be like a big flash that goes, psh, the old timey film. Uh, Nowadays they don't use the flash. If I'm going to be using continuous light in the studio, so that'll be cool.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll have to be developing it in a similar process as the other lab, but just in complete darkness the entire time. Mm. Sorry, I got off on a tangent about film photography.
Yeah, that's all
Uh,
right. If you want to go back to the list,
I
King
am.
DDD, um, we'll say
Ooh,
he's number 5.
he's number 30, unfortunately.
Bottom of the list.
Bottom of the list.
I guess that
Number
tracks.
number one in your heart, though.
No, Bowser's number 1 in my heart. Make no mistake.
Any other major villains? Any other major ideas? Because there's some very outstanding ones. They're very kind of the obvious ones.
Oh, I'm
Maybe.
sure because there's people like Mother Brain. God damn! Oh my God!
No worries. I'm sorry for distracting.
Nah, that's my fault. I got too close to the edge and fell right into that dude's mouth.
It's a Thursday night for me. What is that? Is that like a jellyfish?
This is a jelly float. It'll
Are
float
those new?
around. Yes, it'll float around and then try to absorb the your Pikmin.
Is that a bar of soap?
Yes, it is.
Okay, the battery.
So I lost 6 purples. Not great.
Oh, damn. Are the pilots immune to poison as well?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, they're wearing helmets and whatnot, so they don't end up breathing in the toxic fumes of the planet.
hmm. I'm confused on what's happening here.
I'm just waiting for these treasures to make it back.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of more Nintendo villains. My attention is very split right now. Okay, so I got a little bit downtime. Let me think. Mother Brain.
Okay.
Still looking for number 5. I would put her at number 5.
Let me see. I don't believe she is, because Mother Brain is. Wait. She's number 9.
I'm top 10. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Andros.
Ooh, from Star Fox.
Yep. The often forgotten Star Fox.
What number do you think he's at?
5. We're trying to guess 5, right?
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay, so these are all your contenders for number 5. Okay, I see. No, unfortunately, he's number 8.
Number 8. Okay. Let's dip back into Kirby. I'm
Ooh.
trying to remember the clown dude's name. Marks?
Double checking. Yes, Marks is here. Not number 5. 21.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising. He tried to take over the goddamn universe.
As an old adage says, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, or in this case, don't judge a pink blob for its adorable face. I'm talking about Marks, a recurring character in Kirby franchise and main villain in Milky Way Wishes, one of the games in the NES classic Kirby Star, and in the NDS remake. Marks is a devilish younger sibling who acts like a little angel until your parents are gone. He'll play along as long as you're helpful, but won't hesitate to throw you under the bus when the need arises. Considering the entire conflict of the Milky Way Wishes was orchestrated by Marks to gain control over planet Popstar, I'd say he's pretty evil.
Yeah. And yet, fucking 21 or whatever.
That's 21, yeah. I will say Kirby does have a lot of villains.
He does. For example, O2, who is a living nightmare.
Oh, two. Let me double check.
Sometimes it's stylized as 02.
Hmm. 02 is not on here.
Interesting. All right.
Now, is that like a person who's a sequel to a different villain?
No, he's. So when he first appeared, it was 0, and he originated from Nightmare in Dreamland.
Okay, so there is 0.
Oh, okay. So that's the same character.
Oh, my apologies. I'm not big on Kirby, so yeah, 0 is here. Not number 5, number 11. Oh, you're facing 2 of those thingies. I'll be quiet.
Yep, and one of those guys I did not see earlier. I am going to lose all of my purples if I'm not careful. But yeah, so what's 0 at?
11.
11. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Okay, so to be fair, I am not familiar with the long and storied history of RPGs that Nintendo has made over the years.
No worries. I can tell you right now there's probably only one, maybe two. One, two. I would say two. You know that one. You know that one. You know that one. You know that one. I know you know these ones. All right. There's only two on here that could be considered part of the RPG class. But they're maybe you won't know this one. Do you know many Xenoblade characters?
Nope, never played any of those games.
Number 16 is Zanza. Zanza.
Oh, what? Fucking hell. I dismissed all the Pikmin, and one decided to still keep following me. See, this is one of those elements of, like, the AI in Pikmin getting better and better over the years. Because sometimes when you dismiss your Pikmin, they don't always want to dismiss all the way.
Is that purple one like a mini boss?
Kind of. It's a bigger version, so it's got a bigger radius that it'll be able to suck up. And it's got more health, too. The real challenge is that these guys will occasionally do that. So the purple ones are strong enough to where they can suck up the captains. But the real challenge is the fact that they tend to spawn in areas with other creatures.
You know,
I'm getting.
those five are like, all right, well, you guys can handle that. We'll take this guy. They were walking away. Oh, it leaves a big ass piece of coal. Is it a clam?
Yes, that one is a clamshell, and this is a clamshell.
Oh, is that... Wait. So one's an actual animal, the other one's like a makeup thing, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny. I will say the other one... I've heard you talk about the series, though. I feel like you know this series, but I'm not sure if you played it. Have you played any Earthbound?
I have not played Earthbound myself, but I am familiar with it. Like, Porky is, like I said, is one. Oh, fucking. Oh, from Earthbound. For this, Oh, what's his name? I forget the final boss's name from Earthbound.
Gygus? Gygus?
Gygus, yeah.
Yeah. That is number 5. I was kind of like, I've heard you talk about Earthbound before, so I didn't know if you had some kind of like in-depth knowledge.
No, I've talked about Earthbound in the academic sense.
Okay. See, that was number 5. Gygus, top 5. Interesting. Everything else here, I'm very sure you can get. Although I'm not sure if you played. I'm not sure if you played this game.
Okay, well, let me see.
Have you ever played Kid Icarus?
I have not, but that fucking eggplant dude is the villain.
Alright.
Either that or they're talking about the reboot from like 10 years ago or whatever.
I have no clue.
Is it Kid Icarus or Kid Icarus Uprising?
Just Kid Icarus.
Okay, so then yeah, because I don't know the dude's name. But see
I mean,
this
this one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
see this is the thing though, is like Nintendo has been around for a while.
Mhm.
So they have a lot of various franchises under their belt that have like one or two games.
This is true. I will say a lot of these are big IP. Kid
Yeah.
Icarus is kind of obscure IP, not exactly big.
It's a
But
C tier Nintendo franchise.
yeah, I will say the villain is Hades. He's number
Hades.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does, I guess, look like an egg. Well, he's purple.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's an eggplant per se, but uh, I'm pretty sure the rest of these are well-known franchises with well-known villains. So
Okay. Let's change tack. Let's go with Advanced Wars and say
Advanced Wars? What the hell's
uh,
Advanced Wars?
Sturm.
What's Advanced Wars?
It's a turn-based tactical strategy game. It was
Ah,
basically their Nintendo's big tactics franchise before Fire Emblem became really big in the West.
mm, I can say that. Yeah, there's none of that. No, none of the tactics.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Jack all about Fire Emblem, so I wasn't about to begin guessing random villains from those
Hmm,
20 games. Uh, it's not counting stuff like Final Fantasy, right? Because Final Fantasy
Nope,
was Nintendo
that's
for
not.
was on Nintendo
No.
consoles. Okay. Well,
The only one that
speaking.
was like the only one that was associated by like third party, I think, was uh the Imposter. All the other ones are Nintendo IP,
Mm,
and we already got rid of all the JRPGs out of the way.
right. Okay.
The proper JRPGs like Final Fantasy. If you want to count anything else like an RPG, that's possible. But anyway, what's this room?
What? Oh, that changed right as it was going in. So this is a rest floor.
Hmm.
In some of the longer caves, they will occasionally be punctuated by the floors where there are no hostile enemies or anything. And
Mm,
usually they'll give you opportunities for like a lot of nectar or to like get some your Pikmin back with some of these candy pop buds or whatever.
mhm.
Occasionally there will be treasures in them. It just depends.
As a DM, I always worry about letting you guys take a long rest inside of dangerous dungeons. The reason being is that, I mean, realistically, and that's kind of a bad word to say in a role-playing game, 8 hours, 8 hours of stationary, no movement, you can't always expect safety, and you
Right.
leave those who are sleeping sleep, and you try to take care of it yourself, or it's a weird. It puts me in a weird place, and I think it's an odd. Oh, those grates can be opened.
Yeah. So I mean I get what you're saying. But like at least with Pikmin 2, the way these rest floors work is they're just really meant to give you a chance to catch your breath because like aside from being able to get back one of the three basic Pikmin types, you can't really do much of anything else except maybe escape.
Mm,
Because if you look at the map here, see there, it gives you an opportunity to escape back to the surface. Because the only two ways out of the cave are taking one of those escape geysers or by going to the pause menu and giving up. And if you do that, you'll pick up all your Pikmin and leave, but any treasures you've collected will drop. And so you're
mm.
basically abandoning everything to get out of there.
Oh, wow. Have you ever had to escape a dungeon?
Not since the first time I played this game.
Ooh.
Well, again, you know, The thing is with like Pikmin, there's basically two phases in any of the games. The first phase is the discovery. So first time you're playing the game, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what's around you, and so you're going to make mistakes. Because there's no real way to prepare for the unknown. You'll load out your squad or whatever with different types and things that are kind of useful, like a sort of catch-all situation. But like when those bosses come, like you have no idea what's about to pop out of the ground. And so that's the discovery phase. And then you enter the next phase, which is like, okay, I know what's happening. I have a broad idea of what to expect in a given area. You do a little bit better and all that. And then the last stage is the mastery, which is like with any other video game. You've played it, you know its tricks, you know what you can do, and so, you know, that's where it is. So like when I first played this game way back in the day, nearly 20 years ago, yeah, I would go into some of these harder caves and I'd have to bail out because I just was not ready for what was waiting. Where am I going? I want to go. But yeah, but in game it tells you if you try to give up, it'll have to jettison all the treasure it's collected because otherwise it's too heavy. The only way we can make it out with the treasure is because of the force of the geysers spewing upward, actually being able to propel us out of the cave. Yeah. I'm still trying to think of villains. Fucking from Super Paper Mario. What's the dude's fucking name? The fucking clown. All right. I'm trying to think of what the hell is his name? Okay, so Super Paper Mario, there's two villains, right? There's the tragic villain, and then there's his second in command, who is the actual threat of the game, right? And I'm trying to remember what his name, because like the main villain that they try to paint is Count Bleck, because like he's trying to end the universe and all that, but it's because he's got a broken heart. Tale as old as time. But his little lackey is the actual like real threat behind the power, right? Sort of like a dragon in charge situation.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know that lackey's name?
I'm trying to remember it.
Do you know his color scheme? Like, what did he look like?
He's he's got the jester thing going on.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm blanking on this name. Like, it is one of my favorite games.
Is he like a yellow and purple motif with like a jester face, black and white?
Yes. Yeah, that's the guy. I just cannot remember his fucking name.
Want me to tell you, or do you want to still think about it?
Give me a second. Because I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if you tell me.
The folly of pride.
Let's see. I'm gonna give it till all these treasures make it. I don't know.
It's one treasure. Let's see if the second treasure gets there. That's the time we'll What is that? A pan? Is that an optical? Broken food master. Oh, it's a ladle.
Broken ladle.
Is it a ladle or a pan?
It's
I think
a
Right?
ladle. It's like a serving ladle.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, oh.
it's Count Black with chunks. Uh,
Yoo-hoo, chocolate flavored beverage.
yeah.
Pondering emblem.
Yep. I'm pondering. All right. God damn it! Why can't I fucking remember his name?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dementio.
Fucking Dementio. All right. All right. Nah, you got me on that. All right. Uh,
Number 17.
17, really? You know, a lot of these
17.
universe-ending ones are real low on the fucking list.
I didn't make this list. Obviously, it wasn't on me.
Oh no, I'm gonna blame you exclusively.
There's also another one. I'm not sure if you're gonna like pick up on this antagonist from this specific Mario and Luigi game, Superstar Saga.
Oh, Superstar Saga. Okay, so that is so funnily enough, that's the game where Fawful originates from, but he's not the primary antagonist. He's the secondary antagonist. He's the the dragon. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the main villain in that one is a fucking I can't remember her name. Which, to be fair, I didn't actually play Superstar Saga. That was a game I missed the first go around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get her name. I know I'm not gonna get her name.
Deals of the Bean Star that protects the Bean Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the hell either of those things are. No, it is Cacletta.
Cacletta, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Number 15, one before Waffle. So Waffle's 14, Cacletta, and Dementio's number 17. And we
Alright, good
still
to know.
have, let's see. Okay, so we have 29 to do, 28 to do, 27 to do, 26 to do. You got marks. Number 20, number 19, number 18, 13, which is bullshit, 12, 10, and 6. So we've gone through most of the list. So you've gotten pretty good at naming most of these guys. Most of the 30. Still a few off.
Alright, let me see. You guys alright?
Eh.
They're going. They're trying.
Oh, he's trying. I will say, you've gotten all of the well, no, you only have one more Mario. One more Mario villain.
One more Mario villain. Alright, so let's see. The big three. One more Mario villain. Yeah, now see I gotta go to the all the various spin-offs now. Okay, so let's keep on with the RPGs, I guess. What the fucking hell is going on here?
And I have no clue if this person appeared in an RPG. I do know of this person. Like, it's not somebody I would not know of.
Right. No, sorry. I'm talking about Pikmin. For whatever reason, this treasure is in a real weird spot. And I'm just trying to actually fucking collect it. But it's not wanting to cooperate.
Can you jump?
No.
Hey,
Can they do it? Oh, fucking finally. Jesus Christ.
is it a can of tuna?
I think so. I believe so.
Mm.
Sardines. Sardines.
Have you ever had surströmming?
So what?
I think it's called surströmming.
I do not think so.
It is a Swedish cuisine delicacy. It is fermented herring in a
Oh.
can.
Yeah,
It is
not had herring, so no.
it is said to be some of the most horrid smelling foods in the world. It is banned from certain travel. Uh it is real bad. It's almost like you know what a durian fruit is, right?
Yeah.
It's on par.
Yeah, well, I mean, herring doesn't smell good normally anyway.
And this one's fermented in some rank just oil.
Hey,
It's
you do what you
it's a,
gotta do, alright?
yeah, but they don't have to do this. This is just something they want to do. This is uh pickled herring. Ugh. Anyway, this place is called the shower room.
Yep. Oh, that guy died. Doodlebug! Thank God. Ah, thank God for the fucking doodlebugs. So the doodlebugs are much like the iridescent flint or glint beetles, but they're... Oh, fuck you.
What happened?
Alright, so I picked up this treasure, and a fucking anode dweevil dropped out of the sky and picked it up. And so these dweevils, they'll pick up corpses, treasures, whatever, and start carrying them, and then you'll have to hit them a little bit for them to drop it. And so there's a dweevil for basically every element in this game. However, because the anode dweevil's main element is electricity, that makes it the most dangerous.
Oh, oh, I see.
Yeah.
It shocked you. That's a dick. Wow. Another bottle cap. It's a Snapple. Oh no! Flip it! Flip it! Flip it! Flip it!
We can't flip it. No Snapple fact for you.
No, that's not cool. All right, come on. Last Mario villain.
Oh, right. So I'm racking my brain, trying to go through it.
Well, don't hurt yourself, man.
Let's see, Bowser. I'm gonna guess that based on the rest of this list, DK.
So DK is on here as a villain. He's what do you know what number do you think what number do you think he is?
24.
29.
Mm.
Uh he is not a part of the Mario world though. He's the game series is titled Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that tracks. He's his own sub franchise. Uh,
So there's still one more Mario villain that is not DK.
oh God. Come on, let go, let go. All right, so then, I was right. I knew that this guy was gonna put DK on the list.
Mm.
Let's see. Uh, so let's see. Bowser, Wario, Kimbo. Let's see. Who else? Who else? Who else? Bowser villains. This is tricky.
To be honest, I'm not sure what particular Mario game this villain is the major villain for, but I know he is a villain.
Right, and I'm Bowser Jr.?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense, but the thing is that he's always played a secondary role to Bowser
Mm-hmm.
unless this list is recent enough for Bowser's Fury to be considered. But even still, he's not he's villainous, but it's more so because his dad's evil, therefore it's the family business.
Here's the little tiny paragraph he wrote. Is Bowser Jr. truly evil, or does he just want his father's approval? Regardless of his motivation, this kid tends to get mixed up with some really shady business. Whereas Bowser tends to take Mario Bros. Head on, Jr. resorts to dirty tricks like impersonating Mario and damaging his reputation by drawing graffiti on public property. Now that's evil. This actually earned him the respect of his father, who made Jr. his second in command. Maybe their plans never work, but never beats working on a project with Dad. Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah. What number do you think he's at?
Hmm.
Number 30 was
28.
DD. He's 28. Yes.
Well, because he can't be higher than Bowser, so.
True. Very true. So 30 is DDD. 29 Donkey Kong. 28 Bowser Jr. And that is the last
Last of the Mario.
proper Mario game villains. Yes.
Okay. That works. Because Mario doesn't have a lot of villains. Because it's Bowser and then various one-offs. But it's always Bowser. At the end of the day, it's always going to be Bowser.
True.
Let me see. Now, I am familiar with the Legend of Zelda franchise, but I'm not overly familiar. I know Ganon is not the primary antagonist for a number of those games.
Mm-hmm.
I could not tell you who the other villains would be, though. Ooh, final floor.
Okay. I will say, to give you a hint, there are just three people from the franchise still on here of The Legend of Zelda. One, I'm pretty sure you can probably get. The other.
All right. We'll get to that in a second because we've got a boss fight.
Oh, is it Bulblax? Oh, it's a slug.
Yes. Give me a second while I try to remember its fucking name. I'm blanking on names tonight. I don't know what's going on with me.
Oof.
Okay. So okay. So this
Oh,
is
wait, wait,
the
wait. Can I say it?
sure.
Yeah. It's the Raging Bloister.
Yes, it is. Wow. Who told you?
I thought of it just now.
Yes. So this is just like the bloisters we've seen elsewhere. This kind of slug-like thing. It's got a weak spot in the back of its bulb here, but this one is special because one, it's big, and two, it will be attracted to the current active captain and try to attack him. So this makes it very tricky because that means he's basically always on the hunt for you. However, there is a ridiculously easy exploit. So he's going to switch his attention, and then you switch back. And he's going to switch his attention. Oh, and he's going to switch back. Oh, and he's going to switch his attention. And he's going to switch back. And he switches his attention. And then he switches back. Oh, and he's going to switch his attention. And he's going to switch back. It's
so stupid. Now you gotta hit those.
Oh. So something that's interesting about this that we can showcase that you haven't really been able to show off before is that your captains will try to run away from threats. Because you'll see that if they get too close, they will try to run away to get out of danger from whatever's attacking them. And so you'll see here, like if I put this guy here, he's going to turn his attention, and then look, he's trying to run away. Alright, let me kill this guy before Olimar fucking dies.
If Olimar dies, does it like reset you to your last checkpoint?
No. If you lose one of the captains, that's just gonna be like, oh, Olimar got knocked out, and then you're just down to one captain. If both of the captains get knocked out, though, then you are forced to abandon the cave.
Oh, wow.
Also, if you lose all of your Pikmin, you are forced to abandon the cave.
Oh, wow. Is that a subwoofer? Which is a speaker?
Yep, but that's it. That's it for this cave. And we're just going to wait for this thing to get back. So, I'm going to give you a chance to guess what you think the upgrade is going to be.
Does it make things louder?
Okay. Well, let me refresh you for the upgrades we've got. We've gotten a couple of suit upgrades to make us immune to electricity and fire. We've gotten a suit upgrade to make us a little bit more durable. We have gotten an upgrade that makes us faster.
Does this one change our voice to something else?
Not necessarily, but you are on the right track with that. It has something to do with sound.
Does it dampen the footsteps so you're quieter around sleeping Pikmin or sleeping enemies?
No, that is a good idea, but this game is not sophisticated enough to handle that.
Does it make... Okay, alright. So Olimar has this kind of mind-controlling whistle that it controls the Pikmin with that we've established in the first game. That he enslaves the Pikmin against their will. And so I'm thinking this makes it so he can haul them from a longer distance away.
I'm gonna say that's close enough. It makes the radius of the whistle bigger.
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
But that was a solid guess.
Mm,
You can't really do anything to change the range at which you're able to throw Pikmin or like whistle them from.
mm,
It's more or less a fixed maximum distance.
mm,
But this will increase the radius, so you don't have to go as far to gather up idle Pikmin. And
mm.
so, just to kind of showcase that real fast, it
Oh
is
wow,
it is I believe at least 50% bigger radius.
that is. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so it's definitely more on the utilitarian side, but still useful.
Mm.
Let's get the hell out of here.
No more treasures.
No more treasures here.
Where-
Alright, so Zelda villain, Zelda. So that's not Ganon. Um, I'm
I'm not
trying.
sure how familiar you
Oh,
are with.
fucking Majora.
Correct. That's number 6.
Mm.
Majora's Mask, Majora. Yeah. I was gonna see if you're gonna get like think about saying the Skull Kid, but Majora's Mask is the rightful evil that is in the
Right, because
game here.
it's because I mean I've never played the game, but I do know the mask is possessive, right? Like he's
Mhm.
possessing that poor kid to doing it.
I think so. Yeah. What's weird? I think we should play that game. You and I've never played it. You've never played it. We'll have a fun time just fucking around. I think it'll just be a weird time. I've played Ocarina of Time, but that's it.
I have played none Zelda games in my time. I have seen other people play them,
Mm.
but I have not played any of them myself.
Ooh. One of the other villains from Zelda on this list come from Skyward Sword.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you know any villains from there.
I don't know the main villain from that game.
It's a Gur well Gurahim? Gurahim?
Oh,
Uh
Girahim.
Gurahim, yes.
Okay. Oh, I've heard it. I did not know that he was the villain from that game.
Uh, and the last one from the Zelda franchise uh is actually a kind of a beloved villain that not Zelda, that Link did face in Ocarina of Time in the Deku Tree.
Hmm. I could not tell you off the top of my head.
Queen Goma,
All right.
the spider, the kind of like the weird looking eyeball spider inside the Deku Tree, the first boss of Ocarina of Time. Mhm. But yeah, that's all for the Zelda villains. The other villains on this list are not exactly niche, but from franchises you haven't actually kind of alluded to. Um, well, you did. One of them you did. There's still one Metroid and one Kirby villain you're missing.
A
Uh,
Metroid villain I'm missing. There's not a lot.
Metroid, Kirby,
Kraid?
and nope, Metroid, Kirby, and Star Fox villain you're missing, as well as a few Pokemon villains.
Oh, I've Team Rocket. That's about all I know from Pokemon. I'm not.
That's one of them. That's one of the villains. The Team Rocket is number 10 on this list of evil. Yeah.
Let me think.
Number 13, I feel you're never gonna get because I mean, you know the person, but you're never gonna. It's yeah. I don't think you're gonna consider it. But anyway, yeah. Think on. We have only a few more left before you've mastered this list.
Alright, so I've got one more from Metroid. Let's start with that. There's not a lot of Metroid games to pull from. Granted, I'm not fully familiar with the expanded lore of the Metroid series.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, because I know the big players, because, you know, everyone knows them. Uh,
Definitely a big player. Yeah.
did you say Kraid or no?
Nope.
Okay. Mm,
You've got Ridley. You've got Mother Brain.
Adam, the true villain of Other M.
Nope.
Hmm. I'm not sure.
It is the foil of Samus.
Oh, fucking Dark Samus.
Dark Samus. Yeah.
Alright, let's see. You then another Kirby villain. Let's see. We did DDD, Marks, Zero. Oh, I wonder if they're referencing the Forgotten Land. I forget the name of the villain from Forgotten Land. It's the fucking mouse from Squeak Squad.
No. I will say, well, I don't know if I should give you the game. I'll probably narrow it down exponentially for you.
Maybe I'm not too big on Kirby either.
Really? I thought you liked Kirby a lot.
I do like Kirby. But I mean, I've not played a lot of the games. I played like the major ones, like Superstar 64, the newest one, which is Forgotten Land. So I've played the big ones, but there's a lot of Kirby games out there. Like I
will
haven't
say,
played any of like the various handheld games he's gotten, like Squeak Squad, or Amazing Mirror, or anything like that.
definitely not one
fucking
of.
Meta Knight.
No,
Oh,
unfortunately not. I could see where that thought process would be, but I'm not sure if he's considered evil. Evil.
he was. I mean, he's definitely antagonistic in his first appearance, but I guess
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they may not call him evil in most of his appearances. Whew, God.
I will say this is the villain from Kirby's Adventure in '93.
Kirby's Adventure. Oh man. Then I don't think I know it.
The villain is known as Nightmare.
Nightmare. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Now that tracks. That tracks.
Yeah, number 20, Nightmare. Number 19, Dark Samus. We're on track.
And
Almost.
you said there's another Star Fox, Star
Yep.
Wolf.
Uh, yep, it's Wolf O'Donnell. Yeah. Leader of the Rogue Mercenaries. Also, didn't he kill Star Fox's dad?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
In the one story that Star Fox has.
Yeah.
All right.
Still one Pokemon villain, and I think we're
Pokemon. I'm gonna throw a name out there. Cynthia.
nope.
Okay, then I don't. I got nothing.
I know you do. I know you know this person.
I guarantee you, I do not. I know jack all about Pokemon, like in any sort of significant context.
Zach, I know you know. I know you know. You've been on the internet. You've been alive. You've seen the movies. You've seen everything. The villain is, yeah, yeah, you know this villain. Let me think. Hmm.
Alright, let me think. If it's anything that came out after, like, let's say 2003 or 2004, I'm probably not going to get it.
Okay, that's fine.
So that leaves, like, what? Uh, blue, red, yellow, gold, silver. That's pretty much it, because that was about the time in which I was interested in Pokemon, but again, I've never played any of the games.
Okay.
Um, oh, this one's almost complete.
Very cool, very cool. What do you get if you complete them?
So, whenever you complete a series, you get access to the sales pitch.
Um, huh.
these are pretty good.
That's funny. Oh, you're close to that one too.
Yep.
Need one more. Where?
So yeah, we're getting pretty close to getting a lot of
Zach,
these unlocked.
Zach,
Hmm.
if I say the name of this villain and you know the name of this villain, then you get to go to the sushi place again.
Mewtwo.
Damn
Okay,
it.
see, I didn't know Mewtwo was a villain. I just figured he was another fucking Pokemon.
You've never seen the Pokemon movie from 2000?
Yeah, I've seen it, but
He was a villain in that movie. He killed Ash.
yeah, it's like the Pokemon cried him back to life. It's fine, but also like that's not the games though. that's the anime.
What? Wait, Mewtwo Strikes Back? What is that? From '98. Is that a
I think that's the sequel to the Pokemon movie or something.
There's a sequel?
I mean, they made a couple of them. I know that for sure. The fucking first one was called Pokemon, the first movie.
Sure. Hmm. Well, Mewtwo has been he's on this list.
Well, all right.
Yep. That's all right. So you have all right. So 30 DDD, 29 King Kong, not King Kong, Donkey Kong, 28 Bowser Jr., 27 Wolf O'Donnell, 26 Mewtwo, 25 King Boo, 24 Bowser, 23 Imposter, 22 Wario, 21 Marks, 20 Nightmare, 19 Samus, 18 Queen Goma, 17 Dimentio, 16 Zanza from Xenoblade, 15 Cacletta from Superstar Saga, 14 Fawful, 13 is a mystery, 12 is Durahim from Skyward Sword, 11 is Zero, 10 is Team Rocket, 9 is Mother Brain, 8 is Andros, 7 is Hades from Kid Icarus, 6 Majora, 5 is Gygas, 4 Ganondorf, 3 Ridley, 2 Gruntilda, 1 King K. Rool. You have 1 left, my friend, and you're never gonna get it.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think of franchises I may have missed. Sorry, I'm trying to get this
No, you're good.
block puzzle.
You will never, 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 never get this one. Little washer? Yeah, it's a little washer, yeah. So blues are like your bread and butter right now. A lot of blues.
Yep. I mean, they're the only ones that can go in the water. And there's a cave here in the water. Okay. So this is the final cave in this area.
Do you have enough Pikmin?
I have too many Pikmin actually. I need to ditch some of them, but I'm waiting for them to get this treasure to the to dry land, so that way I can pick it up safely later.
Ooh.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, so we just have this cave to go through, and then the this last treasure. So we're gonna spend the rest of this day just trying to farm up these berries. I just want to take the opportunity while we're waiting to go ahead and get these guys good. Good. Okay. Alright, so I'm missing one. One left?
One left.
Okay. And it's not from any of these other franchises, right?
Not directly, no.
Okay, so if it's not Master Hand, then it's going to be whatever his name was in fucking Brawl, or Taboo.
No, not in the Brawl series. No,
Not in Smash. Okay.
no, he is not the villain in Smash.
Alright. So I'm going to pause because I want to be able to get this, and when I go into this next cave, I will need to focus.
Ooh.
Okay.
You can ask me some questions if you want.
Whizpig.
No.
Damn. Okay. So you said it's not part of one of these other franchises, but I'm guessing it's a spin-off franchise?
Yes.
Or like a sub-franchise? Okay. That narrows it down. None. Fucking hell. I don't.
I'll give you 10 questions, and then you have to make your guess. So you asked if it's a subs franchise. I said yes. Like a spin-off, you said.
Spin-off, okay.
I think. I would consider this a spin-off.
All right. So we'll do this in the style of yes no questions then. Has it been in a game released in the last 10 years?
Has this character been in a game released in the last 10 years? That's your question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is this villain a woman?
No.
Typical. Okay. Where on the list is it positioned?
13.
13. Okay. Judging by this guy's idea of evil, it could mean anything.
Are we considering that one of your questions?
I just want a clarification for where he was on the list.
You have 7 more questions.
Okay. All right. Is this villain an animal?
No.
Okay. Is this villain otherworldly?
No.
Okay. Oh god, I hope it's not from fucking Xenoblade because I don't know any of those games.
Is that a question?
No, more of a statement. We got sub-franchise.
You're never gonna get this. You're never gonna get this, Zachary.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
You're giving up? You're just giving up. You're giving up.
Yes.
No.
Mostly in the interest of I can keep playing this game.
It is the villain from Donkey Kong Jr.
Oh, fucking Mario?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't think he'd be on this list, but I guess he technically is the villain.
Yeah, because he imprisons DK and then yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're in this cave, the submerged castle. This is the worst fucking cave in the game.
Oh. Exciting. Oh, there's fire.
Yep, so the gimmick of this cave is you can only enter with blue Pikmin. Even if you somehow manage to use any sort of exploits to get other Pikmin to the cave entrance, the game will only let you take blue Pikmin.
Wow, that's messed up. So can you destroy those things yourself, the fire things?
No.
So if that guy enters water, does he start cooling off?
Yes, he does.
Nice. Oh, he turns to stone.
No, I did that. I turned him to stone. But if you try to turn him to stone and he's still on fire, he stays on fire.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, so your Pikmin can destroy them.
Yeah.
Just while it's not on fire, obviously. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I want to go this way.
A door has opened in your mind.
Yes, it has. One second.
Your thoughts become clearer. Now it's the Edward Show, everybody. How y'all doing out there in No Bun Land? Oh shit, he's back. God damn it. Oh, you probably wanted me to be quiet. Huh. Well, he does have 60 blue Pikmin. So I wonder if the 60, couldn't you take 100? You can normally, I guess. So
Yes, I can
that
take
means
100,
what?
but I intentionally did not.
Because you're gonna pick up some in this dungeon.
Very good. Very
I,
smart.
I was just observing your screen, seeing what what was what.
Yes. So yes, I intentionally came in with only 60, and we will see why that is in due time.
Oh, are there gonna be some of those like little ones that have the bulborb head?
Yes, there are going to be some bulbmen and some of the other floors that we will
Nice.
be getting later.
Very interesting.
And so, because the gimmick of this cave is that we can only enter with blue Pikmin, there are still other hazards that are around that need to be dealt with, like fire, electricity, and whatnot. Alright. Quick, 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 quick. Go, 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 go. We are trying not to dawdle.
Big word.
So, the Submerged Castle is probably one of the most infamous caves in this game. It is something that drives true fear and dread into the hearts of seasoned Pikmin players.
Wow. Is someone still alive?
No.
Oh, you killed it.
Alright, so we got some dweevils up here that are going to try and jump down to take some of our spoils. And so we're baiting them with these corpses so that way they'll be out of our way and won't try to pick up any of the other treasures we're going to be trying to nab. Oh, come on, geometry. Okay. Good. Now there is one more here. That we will need to contend with. Good. Alright, cool. Those got stuck on the geometry, which is what we love to see. Okay. Doing good, doing good. Kill it. Good. Oh, fucking hell. I fell. Just die. Die, please. Okay. Come on. You can do it. Just a little bit faster.
Is it a cheese wheel?
Yes.
Confection hoop. That's funny.
Okay.
It's the Bulbman.
Okay. So much pressure.
Under pressure.
Oh, damn it. One of them got fried. Alright. Didn't realize it was there. Oh, okay. Okay, get out of there. Okay. One down. Okay. Fancy a game of tennis?
That's a That's a tennis ball holder. Oh, that's what that is. I was thinking that looks familiar.
Okay. Good, 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 good. What is the point in having this thing? Okay. Just go, just take it to go. Take it to go. Die. Alright. No, freaking pluck the thing. Losing time, losing time. Come on. Ah, come on.
Speed running it, just getting through, just running through.
Just running through. Fucking hell.
Oof.
Okay. Alright. Oh no, oh no, get out of there. Get out of there. Run away.
Run away!
Harry, run away. Okay. Nope, alright, get out of there. Run away. Run away. So unfortunately, I do not have the luxury of time to be able to throw caution, to play safely. You have to throw caution to the wind.
I like the wind.
Alright, yep. So as you can tell, this floor's gimmick is bomb.
That's well, you don't lose anybody.
No, but all the same. expedience is key, and you lose time for running around.
Gotcha.
The hole's over here. Okay. So these caves are all randomly generated, right? This particular cave, the submerged castle, does have a couple of floors that are specifically designed for this cave, right? That being said, sometimes we can get lucky with the placements of the treasures, and we don't have to spend a lot of time dawdling trying to find them or wait for them to get carried back.
Ooh, okay. It's a bulborb, and it has children.
All bulborbs have children.
Did we just conscript their children into the army of us?
Yep.
Wow.
They go to the cause.
You're throwing them to the poison.
Oh no. Fucking hell. Okay. They're bulbmen. Can't take them with us anyway.
Wow. The bomb's gonna explode.
Okay. Alright. Yep. Stop dawdling.
But I like the dawdle.
What the hell is this geometry?
Well, it's a class after algebra.
Wow, these were right next to each other. That is incredibly lucky.
Ooh.
God damn it, what the hell? Almost there. Almost there. We're almost there.
Well, what is it? A deviled ham? Wow, I didn't think I'd see one of those in here.
Okay.
What's that? Is this a bad or a good thing?
This is incredibly bad. This is extraordinarily bad. The only saving grace is the fact that I got all the fucking treasures before this thing spawned. Alright. So, this is the gimmick at the cave. Every time you enter a sub-level, a timer starts for 5 minutes. Yeah. Once that timer runs down, this thing will spawn at a random spot in the cave. This is the water wraith. This is the single most really, truly the most deadly creature in the entire game.
Ooh.
For a couple of key reasons. One, it spawns in a random place. Two, you see these little stone things that it's kind of perched up on?
Mm-hmm.
So those are rollers. And if you're familiar with the Flintstones, it is going to roll around on the ground, making it the ultimate Pikmin crushing machine.
Oh no.
3, it is completely invulnerable. We cannot do jack all to be able to hurt it or slow it down.
Ooh.
So we're on the clock. And I'm trying to see if I can get a bead on where it is. Here it is. Here it comes. The only saving grace is that it tends to get stuck on geometry. And if you ever duck into these alcoves, it will not enter. That being said, it tries. Then you dive into another floor. The timer resets. You do it all over again. There is one saving grace. And that is, this is the last sublevel. So here at the very bottom, we get some more.
Did you change the camera angle?
Yes. If you hit Z, you can change it from a 45-degree view to a top-down view.
Ooh.
So here in the final level, we get some beautiful, glorious purple flowers. Get some purple Pikmin going. Love to see it. A little bit of nectar. Gonna get them all roided up.
Roided up?
Now, of course, per usual, final sub-level, which means it's a boss. Fortunately, we've already met the boss. Unfortunately, we've met the boss.
Oh no. Don't tell me it's the roller.
In essence.
It's an egg. Oh no. The holy roller.
So as you can see, it's not restricted to the bounds of its arena.
Hmm.
So we're gonna duck in here. See, it tries to go into these alcoves, but it just can't. However, fortunately, with our beautiful, beautiful purple Pikmin, they're able to break it of its interdimensional bonds and tether it to our reality. Making it an incredibly trivial fight. So what was once an abomination of nature is now no more threatening than a pesky cockroach. We did it! He's dead! He dead! He died. We killed him. See, you can see the Pikmin just kind of bounce off of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, only the purple Pikmin can render him vulnerable. Fun fact, this is actually one of the only bosses in the entire franchise that has a second health bar.
Really?
Yeah. There's a couple of enemies that have a refilling health bar, like the Gatling Groinks and the Bull Bears.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first enemy in the series that has a secondary health bar.
Oh,
that's weird. It didn't turn purple. There it goes. And it's dead. It's dead. It's finally dead.
It's dead.
Okay.
I feel like this one should also increase the sound for your thing, but I guess I'm not sure if this one...
Well...
Is this one going to give you an upgrade as well?
Yes, this will give us an upgrade. And it is arguably one of the best upgrades in the entire franchise.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a second to guess what it is. But yes, you are right. It is sound-based. So we've already got something that increased the range of our whistle.
I'm not exactly sure.
Alright, then we shall proceed. The Pluckaphone. No longer will we have to waste time manually plucking Pikmin out of the ground. Now, anytime we whistle, they will unpluck themselves.
Really?
Yep.
That's actually awesome.
It is a great upgrade. It's so useful because like you'll lose a lot of time plucking Pikmin, especially for creatures that will forcibly rebury them, like the Mamuta. It's just such a good upgrade, which is fitting because of how useful it is. It is in like what I would say is the hardest cave in the game, because it's not difficult in terms of like the challenges you're facing, but because it's the only cave that has an actual timer that you're trying to beat. And that is it. That is this entire area complete. The second of 4 areas in this game, 100%.
Wow.
some more Pikmin. Because we're going to harvest some berries, which means we're going to have a little bit of downtime right now. So, Edward, since we were talking about evil villains, who would you classify as your top 10 evil video game villains?
Evil video game villains.
Yes, since this rando on the internet decided to rank his top 30 on the most evil, on the Richter scale of evil.
Let me think. Like just of Nintendo or any villains?
Let's go with any. No need to limit ourselves.
Mm. Mm.
Ooh, this is a great opportunity to show it off. Alright, so while you're pondering, this snitch bug grabbed a couple of our Pikmin, forcibly replants them, right? Bam. They're in the ground. Boop.
Well, basically makes his job just null at that point.
It does.
Nothing.
It truly does. It's also great, for the candy pop buds, because they'll usually sprout 5 to 9, depending on what type you're throwing them into.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to pluck them all one by one. You could just whistle them all up, and they're in their group. So yeah,
I guess in no particular order. I guess I would probably put out there, my greatest villains. Okay. I would say the Flood from Halo.
okay.
Definitely Ganondorf. As on that list. M. Bison.
Bison, yeah, that was a good one. It's a good, solid pick, classic pick.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy. Kind of an obvious choice there. The Devil from Cuphead.
Oh, okay.
Really kind of just kind of a classy villain. Ooh,
Oh, all
yeah.
right.
The Joker from the Arkham Knight series.
All right. I might have to challenge you on that one because yes, while he is a villain in a video game, I think that's kind of skirting the whole. Damn it, the video game parameter.
There's a whole trilogy based off that, and one of the biggest points in that trilogy is when Batman, when Joker dies, and Batman carries his body outside of the bounds of Arkham City, and then Arkham Knight is just the repercussions of the Joker serum going out, and Batman is also infested with the Joker virus and such. He is a recurring character.
I get that he's a recurring character, but he was a villain in a pre-existing franchise independent of the video games. In the same way that I probably wouldn't put Darth Vader on a list, because he's a villain independent of Force Unleashed or whatever. But I mean, this is your list, so that's my only
So
comment
far.
on that. Yeah.
Um, hmm. I played a good amount of Sonic, so Robotnik could be on there as well.
Oh yeah. Another classic villain.
Mm, Gladys. Gladys is up there. I played Portal once. I didn't like it though. It wasn't bad. I wasn't the most courageous of players in Portal, so I was expecting jump scares, and I didn't really get that many of them, but still.
Hmm.
Um, so Gladys I'd put up there as well. Um, oh, who was the villain for?
Can I get one more spray out of you guys?
From the Legend of Dragoon, I would probably go with Lloyd.
Hmm.
Uh, Not sure
No.
if you've ever played that game,
Nah, I
but
haven't.
it's so good. It is so
I
good.
mean, I know it's like a seminal part of like RPG history.
Oh yeah, came out around the same time as a lot of the old school like seven original Final Fantasy seven. Um,
You're not gonna
I
get
don't
me
think what
anything, are you?
else. What other villains I would put on this list? And if we can't count those other types of villains, all right. Well, let's go to some good old lists of their own. No, no. I guess God of War villains don't count because those are mythology. They're pre-existing.
I mean, possibly. The thing is with like mythology is the fact that there are so much room for interpretation for a lot of those myths
Yeah.
that that you could make the argument that I mean, I'm not overly familiar with the God of War franchise, but it is possible that the characterizations of those gods may differ from common understanding from reading of the original myths.
Well, I would have said Zeus, or I would have said Ares, because those two were both dicks. And
Oh
they
yeah,
were named like
they're I mean they're real
yeah,
bad in any in any setting.
yeah. Oh, Ansem, Ansem from Kingdom Hearts, definitely Ansem.
I'll take your word for it.
Uh, oh, you gotta play that game. It's so good. Kingdom Hearts, amazing. Um, hmm, yeah.
Sadness. Oh, we got some spam.
I am so lonely. I want a friend that'll listen to my troubles. I want to meet someone like you. Contact me at. Is that actually a website still?
Yeah, yeah. That's the landing page for Pikmin. It's still active. It's still owned by Nintendo. It's just now it's Pikmin 4. But yeah, that was an actual
Mm,
functional link back in the day, and still is.
mm, awesome. Oh, Handsome Jack from Borderlands, definitely.
Mm.
From Borderlands 1. Such an asshole. Good job beating that guy.
Real fucking pain in the ass.
Mm.
But that is the only new creature we've encountered thus far. We're reaching the point of the game to where there's not going to be a lot of new things.
Same old, same
The Mystical Energy series.
old. Yeah, I'm not sure if you have. Like, I'm looking at a lot of these lists, a lot of these other kind of like the greatest villains list, and the Joker is on here as a legitimate villain.
I mean,
I
like,
know.
I am willing to give it to you. It's your list. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't include him because
Look at this.
because
Go ahead. Go ahead.
he's a comic villain first and foremost, but because he's been around for 60 fucking years, he's been adapted so many times.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's just, you know.
To put this out there, I'm gonna read something that someone else wrote about the Joker. The Joker is first and foremost a comic book character, as well as a movie and TV character. However, his video game iteration from the Arkham series is its own entity, with quirks and traits not seen anywhere else. Interacting with such an iconic character in a video game allows the player to feel Joker's power and presence in a way that's impossible in other mediums. The character design, story, and Mark Hamill's stellar voice work ensures the version of the Joker stands on his own among the various portrayals of Batman's lethal nemesis. I would say, like, I don't know how much of the Arkham series you've watched or seen, but he's definitely there
I mean,
differences.
I am very familiar with the first game. I have not really dabbled in the franchise since, or in the series since. So I mean, yeah, I mean, he is a great villain. The Joker is always going to be a great villain, no matter where you put him. But you know, because like, I don't know. When I pose this to you,
he can fall flat.
I mean, yeah, he can fall flat the same that any legacy character can fall flat because you know subpar writing, or it like could be just stuck in a shit game and it doesn't matter. But I mean, like, because like when I posed you the question to you, I felt it was in the spirit of like, oh, we've been talking about video game villains that originate from video games.
I see that point, and I see your need to cling to the tradition of purity in that these are video games first. This villain, this Joker, particularly came from this video game. There's nothing like him in the comics. There's nothing like him in the movies. He's just because Mark Hamill embodied him does not make him similar to the Joker from the animated series. This one is definitely different.
Yes, I mean a different iteration of a common character, sure, but I'm not telling you to take him off your list. It's your list.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you my opinions on the inclusion of him on your list.
Oh, okay. I definitely will keep him because he going past the first game. The first game, he was kind of a background villain, kind of like the narrator or the sometimes coming on voice over the intercom kind of thing, and then ultimately was like the last kind of souped up villain, kind of like a Bane almost, but in the later two video games, they really amped up his presence and amped up kind of just the loom figure in the background that he is, and especially in the third one as well because he was like everywhere.
Yeah,
he was dead at that point, super dead, like dead, and it was all in Batman's head, so this lingering legacy of trauma and the Joker poison was kind of just in Batman the entire time, making him think the Joker was still around. Which you could say that's the Batman psyche as a villain. It's still the Joker, and the Joker, oh, it was so good. If we could, I would want to show you those games. Those games really, really
I
did
mean,
it.
it's not off the table. I mean,
Mm.
I think it's just as well state this here that like after we finish Pikmin 2, we're gonna be taking a break from the Pikmin franchise and doing something else.
Oh, nice.
So I mean, we're getting pretty close, and I think this is probably a good stopping point for tonight anyway. Because there's not much left for us to do. We got to finish up the Valley of Repose, and then finish out the Wistful Wild, and that's not gonna get done tonight. But yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, but I mean, like, yes, the Joker is great. He is great in those games, and those are all valid points, and I understand why you would put him on your top 10 list.
Mm. Man, I've looked at 5 or 6 separate lists, and the Joker's on every single one of them. That's hilarious. Oh, there's also Pyramid Head. I wasn't a big Silent Hill fan. The Great and Mighty Pooh.
Oh my god, you know who? Yeah, the Great and Mighty Pooh.
Oh, Diablo. I should have put Diablo. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if we're talking top tens, like, obviously Bowser is gonna be on my top 10. I'm a huge Mario fanatic.
Mhm.
Bowser was my first villain. Before I discovered Star Wars, I had Mario, and so Bowser was always the guy, you know?
Mhm.
And I I appreciate that he's not what you would call like a serious villain, because it's very sort of by the numbers, like, oh, kidnap the princess, yeah, end of plan. But like there's just something about like his design, and like he's got a very menacing, threatening design, like visual
Mhm.
design.
Oh yeah.
And when Nintendo really gets into it, they can really ratchet up the threat level that he can pose. Because sometimes
Yeah.
it's just a simple like, I'm kidnapping the princess because I want to marry her. Okay, fine, whatever. But then there are other times that like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'm going to destroy the fucking universe except for the princess.
Oh.
So so he's got the range, but also like he's a classic villain. I mean, I would put him up there with like the Joker and Vader as like some of the most iconic villains of all time.
Yeah.
Also on the list, I mean, yes, Ganon is great. Like where Bowser leans on the more comedic side of evil, Ganon is on the actual serious, like, he's going to wreck shop, and he doesn't care how how far he has to go to do that.
Mhm.
Other great video game villains, I would put there Wesker from the
Oh
Resident Evil
yeah.
series,
Yeah.
because he's a very sort of tangible villain, and is always, for the most part, he was relatively grounded. I mean, I like the franchise has gone off the rails in the past couple of installments,
Mhm.
so can't say much for that. But like if we're talking like peak Resident Evil, Wesker is the guy.
Nemesis.
Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think.
Liquid Snake.
Oh, yeah, because Liquid is a great foil to Solid.
Solid. Okay. In every state of matter.
Yeah, yeah. Regardless of the state of matter. Um,
Psycho Mantis. Revolver Ocelot. What are these names?
Look, you're gonna have to ask Kojima. Like, it is very much just like these words sound cool. That's the name. Um,
Slenderman.
eh.
Sniper Wolf.
Slenderman is he's an interesting cryptid, you know,
Mm.
but like we've seen that before. Like what he does, like oh, he's just this creeping, ominous figure that just shows up, right? Like we've got that before.
Mm.
Like that's not an interesting cryptid design. I mean, I get like it was big and popular because it was one of the only games like that when Slenderman first came out. So of course it made a big splash, but like if we're talking like villainous characters, like he's more of like a force of nature than a character, you know?
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. Mm.
I'm trying to think of some other villains I would put on my list. Got to go through the myriad of games I've played during my time. I would put Gladys on my list too. Because she was very, very different when Portal came out. And like that's not a the way they wrote Gladys, that wasn't something that we'd really seen much in like any sort of media at the time. Because like it was an AI personality, but they leaned really heavily into the personality aspect of it.
Mm.
And you know the twist being that like oh well she's manipulating you to be able to destroy the various cores so she could be essentially free herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like it was a very cool twist in an era of video games that were very experimental.
Oh, definitely. Wasn't that like a free game at one point with Steam? I thought wasn't it like free for all, or is it never free?
I mean, it was part of the Orange Box, which included that Team Fortress 2 and Half-Life 2, I think. It may have just been the originals, but yeah. So, I mean, the Orange Box bundle was like it is like one of the greatest compilations that's ever been released by a studio. Because we're talking about 3 instant classics at the time of their release, and still to this day, like they hold up. I mean, within a certain measurement of holding up, but like so much of what those 3 games did paved the way for games we have now.
Oh, definitely.
Let's see. I'm trying. Let's see. Who else would I put on my list? Oh, Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie. Great. She's great. Like she's just a fun take on the fairy tale villain. You know, the witch in the woods and all that.
Evil stepmother kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, like I need to be the most beautiful in the land. So it was a very fun twist on that. But like, man, like Rare back in the day, when it came to their character writing, it was like top notch, just like an absolute masterclass in how they wrote their heroes, how they wrote their villains, how they wrote their side characters. Like it's just, God, man. Like Rare in the late '90s were a force to be reckoned with in the games industry, and it
was a good time. Good time.
It was a great time. I mean, hit after hit after hit. I mean, because like talking about great villains, K. Rool, was created by Rare for Donkey Kong Country, and yeah, K. Rool is kind of this goofy character by design. Um, but as the series goes on, like between the three Donkey Kong Country games and Donkey Kong 64, like there's like a development in K. Rool, because at first he starts out as this petty villain, like I'm gonna steal the bananas because I want them, that was the entirety of his motivation in the first Donkey Kong Country, until you get to Donkey Kong 64, where by the end it's like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill DK. That's my whole goal. I want to fucking kill Donkey Kong. It's just Rare in the 90s was so good.
I agree.
Some other villains. Ridley. I mean, because like, when it comes to like Nintendo villains specifically, it's the big three: Bowser, Ganon, and Ridley, right? Because like these are the three characters who are always in an antagonistic role. Like, Bowser is a little wiggle room, but that's only just because there's a bajillion Mario games out there. But like Ridley is really, really great, because he's like one of the few villains in the Nintendo canon that is tied into the hero's backstory. Because
really?
Yeah, so like Samus is an orphan in the Metroid franchise, right? Her people were decimated, and she's taken in by the Chozo, who give her the suit and train her and do all that, and then help her become the woman she is. But Ridley is the one who wiped out her people.
Wow.
Yeah, so he is intrinsically tied to Samus's backstory, and like it feels like they're almost fated to be dueling forever. And it's just like more tangible compared to like Link and Ganondorf, because Link and Ganondorf are literally fated to be dueling together always. Like that's just how it goes in Hyrule, right?
True.
And in the same way that like compared to like Mario and Bowser, who have that typical rival nemesis archetype. Like Mario is the hero because Bowser's always doing some shit. That's the kind of relationship that they have.
So is Mario only a good guy because Bowser is a bad guy?
I mean,
you think Mario would just be like lazy and normal if he didn't have anything to do?
I mean, Mario is the kind of hero who is the type that steps up, because like in any other circumstance that you see Mario in, like he's just a dude going about living his life. But because there's always some shit going on, he's the guy who's going to step up to do it. That's the kind of hero. He is the pure everyman hero. Favorite villains though, Eggman. Mostly because Eggman is real fucking goofy these days. He's just such a ham, and it's great. I can't say much of anything for the quality of the Sonic games besides that, but Eggman is always going to be a delight. Like even at the franchise's worst, Eggman is always going to be fun.
I feel like the more they try to bring Sonic forward, the worse it's gonna get. I feel like the original Sonic, the Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, I think as well. Like those, like just the side rolling, the side scrolling, those were base and puzzles, and that was like the peak. That was peak Sonic. I feel like for me. I feel like if they had only kept that side scrolling mechanism, like kept that view and just made new maps, made new ideas from that. Keep him going to the right or even to the left. But like you don't need to make him three-dimensional. You don't need to make like the camera to be able to move.
Right. Like, I mean, the whole gimmick behind Sonic, at least at its start, was like speed. He's the fastest thing alive, and the way that they design their levels is like, if you really were skilled, you could rip through them. That was the whole draw. Whereas with Mario, it's more deliberate platforming. That's the comparison that they intentionally set out to make. And then the thing is, like, once you translate to a 3D environment, all of a sudden you can't go 100 miles per hour because, one, you can't make the world big enough to facilitate that. There's not enough processing power in those early 3D consoles. And two, like, if you're just going to be running endlessly in an empty sandbox, like, that's not an interesting game. You have to be able to interact with things, but you can't interact with things if you're going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, because you want... There's... Crash Bandicoot has that kind of, like, back third-person view, where they're running forward, and they have to kind of go side to side, hit things, miss things. If they did that with the Sonic, I don't think it'd be as successful either. That's sideways, where you're just going on a track that goes off to the right side of the screen. I feel like that was a better concept, and I feel like that's their roots. They should keep it at that, and not create these like three-dimensional worlds, because you're gonna miss things.
Yeah.
And your players don't want to miss things. You want to kind of go down. There were secrets in those original Sonic games. There were some exploration you could do. There was a whole like sub-level to certain things, but they also gave you a regular straight-ass path to kind of go down. If you try that in a three-dimensional world, in a sandbox world, you're going to have them completely missing because you're focused on what his main thing is speed, and you're rushing through everything. It's the eyes cannot catch all of that.
Right. Know? Yeah, exactly. And that is always going to be one of the franchise's missteps, because like you can't have that kind of classic gameplay in a strict 3D environment. Like, because like some of the modern Sonic games, they try to kind of play around with that, because they'll do things where like certain sections of a level will like flip into that sort of 2D style gameplay, and that's good, that's great. But then you still have the rest of the game. Like, or fucking Sonic Unleashed tried to make it like a hack and slash roguelike beat 'em up for half the game. And it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, guys?
Oh, man. And I feel like... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, you know what I think would be an interesting change of pace for Sonic? Put Sonic in an RPG. Like a classic JRPG. I'm talking like early, like the Final Fantasy model style. Because Sonic as a character is fun. The stories that they want to tell with Sonic are these big cataclysmic world-ending things. But the problem is the gameplay that Sonic is designed around can't really facilitate that. Because, like, how many problems can you solve by running really, really fast?
I mean, okay, ask the Flash that. Who knows?
Hey, I mean, yes, you run fast enough, you can stop anything. Sure, I get that. But, like...
And Sonic is faster than the Flash.
Yes, I think relative to one another, yes, the Sonic is faster than the Flash. But the thing is like, with an RPG, you could have these elements where you can play into Sonic's speed, but like they want to have stuff for like, oh, Sonic fights, he's got to beat up these robots, he's got to run, jump, up, 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 up. Yeah, sure, okay, but you have to stop to do that. Like, there's never been a 3D Sonic game that has been able to smoothly integrate, you know, running and jumping and bopping on the robots, and like without losing your momentum. because
Yeah.
the couple of times that they try to do that, it just becomes like the game just kind of plays itself. Because like they
Oh,
have to force Sonic. They do like this auto lock on system to where like, he bops this guy, oh, locks on the next guy, hits him, locks on, hits him, and then you're back on the main course, and it's just like that's not interesting.
no.
I know. Like, if anybody watches this, we're gonna get fucking crucified for our Sonic opinions. But
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
apologizing for
sure.
that.
No, I
Cause
feel like the masses also. I feel like they go with us. I feel like we're not. I
I
feel like
think
our opinion on this is
I
not in the majority.
I honestly
Minority.
feel bad for the Sonic fandom because
Oh
they
yeah.
get they got
Shit on.
such a raw deal. Right,
Oh
because
yeah.
like they have a reputation for being one of the weirdest fandoms out there, which is
Oof.
really unfortunate because every fandom has weirdos. All right, let's be clear.
100%. Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's not just Sonic, guys. Chill the fuck out. Uh, but it's worse for them because they don't have a significant library of games to really revel in. Because like you have the classic trilogy and games like Sonic CD, the two adventure games, but like those games are divisive amongst the fans and the general public because, well, they don't play like classic Sonic does.
Nope.
Well, they tried to do classic Sonic and they did that retro throwback in Sonic 4. Well, that game was just bad. So you can't win for nothing. And then, they'll have periods in which like they do good, like Sonic Colors was pretty fun. And then Sonic Generations was a big love letter to the history of the franchise. And so, of course Sonic fans are going to devour it, right? They're going to eat it up. And for good reason. That was a great game. But then you got shit like Sonic Forces.
Mhm.
And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Sega? What the fuck are you doing? And I feel so bad for them, and because they don't have the kind of resources to just keep pumping out games, like compared to Mario, who is Sonic's biggest gaming rival, right? There's a new Mario game like what every 6 fucking months now, at bare minimum.
Basically.
We're getting what? By the time 2023 is over, there's going to be at least 3 Mario games that have come out, because there was Mario and Rabbids 2, which came out early this year. Mario RPG's getting a remaster. And then there's a new 2D Mario game in October.
Mhm.
And that's not even counting that there's apparently an upcoming Princess Peach game. And Luigi's Mansion 2 is getting a remaster for the Switch as well.
Oh, that's nice.
So like even secondary characters in the Mario series are getting like significant representation in games. Whereas Sonic, it's just like every 5 or 6 years you're lucky if you get a game like Sonic Mania, which wasn't even made by Sega.
This is true. The last one was Sonic Frontier, I believe. And
Yeah.
that came out in
I know that came
2018.
out, but it came out and I heard like nothing about it, which is not good.
Mm, Let me see.
But yeah.
Mm,
I feel bad for Sonic fans because like Sonic is a great character with a rich, very important history in gaming. He deserves better than what he's getting.
Oh yeah. And they have like there's a lot of the spin-offs and different variations of Sonic. Like, I'm just looking at the list, and the list is long. Like probably my favorites personally, Sonic the Hedgehog 2,
Mm.
Sonic and Knuckles,
Yep.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 probably would be up there as well. Um, Other than that, I really didn't play nor care about most of these. I don't even know what Sonic Superstars is supposed to be coming out soon, actually, this year.
Right.
which I know nothing about.
Yeah, I think I believe that's supposed to be like a return to form kind of game for them.
Okay.
But I mean, we'll have to see how it ends up being once it comes out.
Oh, okay. So Superstars is supposed to be a side-scrolling platform game similar to the Hedgehog original game for the Genesis in 1990.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So like they're getting stuff, and I hope it's good. Like it needs to be good.
Mm.
Because the thing is like a lot of like the hardcore Sonic fans are like our age, like they grew up with
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
in the '90s.
Yeah.
And the thing is like yes, I'm sure there are younger fans because Sonic is a kid oriented franchise, and
Of course.
so if you're buying games for your kids, like oh, I'm gonna buy Mario, gonna buy Sonic, sure, kids love those. But beyond that, like it's not something younger kids are seeking out. I don't feel
Hmm.
like because like if you look at the history of like the sales of the Sonic franchise, they've been going down. They've been going down.
Oh, yeah.
Like they don't. Sonic is losing his staying power because he's getting shit games more often than not, or
Mm.
not even shit games, just lackluster games,
Mm.
and like that's it's just really sad.
Yeah. Oof. Well, here's the hoping that the next one, the Superstars, is good. Let's hope. Maybe we'll stream that when it comes out.
Oh, maybe, but yeah. So that's really sad.
Leaving it on the low note.
Oh well, to wrap up my favorite video game villains, got to put my boy Louis on there. The scoundrel, the rascal, the chaos maker himself. We're gonna find him at some point. Hopefully next week.
So, so Louis a villain.
Hopefully, by the time next week's stream comes around, we can finish the game. It's gonna be tight on the clock,
Hmm.
but we might be able to do it.
We shall see.
But that's gonna go ahead and do it for us here at Romp Airlines. I've been Zach.